Rohit, what's the mood in the camp? First game against Arch rivals Pakistan. You've lost to them last time you played in Dubai. This time, of course, a different setup. What's your take on the game, and have you decided on the 11?
Look, the mood in the camp is obviously buzzing. It's a fresh tournament, a new start, and that is something that we always talk about. When you start fresh, you need to start fresh, not to think about what has really happened in the past. That's how teams move forward, and we are no different. We also want to move in the same direction. Of course, it will be challenging to play against Pakistan without a doubt. But for us, what is important is what we are thinking as a group and what we want to achieve from this tournament. And taking one game at a time and all those kind of things will play a huge role. So we will focus on that rather than thinking about the opposition. For us, it is important we are here for a purpose, and we want to achieve something from this tournament, and we'll be focusing on that. And yeah, like I said, everyone's quite excited to be here, and they want to, start the tournament on high. So yeah, everyone's looking forward to it. So far, we've not decided the playing 11. We want to see the pitch. We want to see today's game as well, because the game will be played on the same pitch tomorrow. That's what we were.
Last year, the T20 World Cup, we saw how dew was a factor. Have you seen much dew in the evenings and nights here? And how will you kind of look to counter that factor and ensure that toss doesn't play that much of a role?
Yeah, yesterday when we went to the ground, we spoke to the curator that toss shouldn't be a factor because we want to see the quality cricket in both innings. And he'll do everything he can to make sure the best cricket is displayed for all of us. So far we've heard there hasn't been any dew till yesterday, but again we got to see the game today. Luckily for us, we're playing tomorrow, so we have a chance to see the game today and see what the conditions will be like. It is pretty simple for us. Just to assess that condition, we will be in constant touch with the groundsman to see whether there was any dew or not. But even if the dew plays a factor, we've played enough cricket here now in the last few years to understand what we need to do as a group, as a team, and as individuals as well. So I think either way, we should be prepared to counter whatever is in front of us. Yeah, and see, whoever, all 15 are here, whichever 15 are here, they're pretty much in the mix of everything. And that's why they're here, because they've produced results, they have performed whenever they've gotten an opportunity. So everyone stands a chance to represent. We are not somebody who will close doors on individuals, and we don't want to do that. We want to, see how individuals respond to certain situation that has been put by the team management to them, and we will see how they respond to that. So far, whatever we were expecting from the individuals, I think they've responded pretty well. So yeah, going forward, it's a big headache for us, leaving out certain players from the squad, from the playing 11. It's not easy, but as far as the team goes, we've got to get the best combination and best playing 11. So whatever it takes for us to do that, we will do everything we can to get the best possible 11 all the time. And yeah, like you said about Dinesh, yes, of course, off late he's come out really well, and we know his quality. Even before he was dropped from the team, he played some crucial knocks for us. So keeping that in mind, what kind of role he plays for us, he was brought back into the team. And yeah, so far he has not disappointed us.
For a rivalry like India-Pakistan, how much did the loss in the last match in the World Cup, which was our first loss to Pakistan in the World Cup, hang on the team? Even though it's been some time, does that still get discussed and looked back at, and before this clash, do things from that match get talked about of what went wrong and things like that?
No, of course. The second part of your question, we do talk about our losses. There's no doubt. That's how we want to improve as a team. What we didn't do right, what we did right, and of course that loss did hurt us at that point. But I think it's been a while since that game has been played. So for us, we've got another challenge in front of us now, and there's no point thinking about that loss at the moment. We need to think what we didn't do as a team, particularly on that night. And since then, we played a lot of games. We've tried to correct those mistakes in the games that we played after that. And yeah, I mean, for us as a team, that is important. You learn from your mistakes, and we keep talking about it. So for us now, it's a fresh start. We know, and obviously the team is coming out of playing a lot of T20 cricket. So we know now as a team what we need to do.
हम लोग जब इंडिया पाकिस्तान मैच की बात करते हैं अक्सर मीडिया में हाई वोल्टेज जंग है, बड़ी हेडलाइनें चलती हैं, लेकिन जो चीज़ देखा दोनों टीमों के बीच में आपको बहुत लाइटली देखा और एक अनयूजुअल सी चीज़ देखने को मिली। कल शाम में आप प्रैक्टिस कर रहे थे, आपको कुछ पाकिस्तानी फैंस ने बुलाया, जो बहुत अनयूजुअल रहता है कि इंडिया का कप्तान जाए और या फिर जिस तरह से उन्होंने आपको हक किया, भले दूर में थे, या फिर इस चीज़ को कैसे देखते हैं? खासकर आपने रॉ देखा, फैंस के जो इमोशन है, क्या ये ऑन द फील्ड में डिफरेंट है रादर देन जो बाहर में बात करते हैं इंडिया पाकिस्तान प्लेयर्स या फैंस के रिलेशनशिप?
आई थिंक देखिए, ये सवाल हर कैप्टन को पूछा जाता है एशिया कप, वर्ल्ड कप कि इंडिया पाकिस्तान का गेम है तो आप क्या सोच रहे हो? फैंस आपको मिल रहे हैं, पाकिस्तान फैंस आप इंडियन प्लेयर्स को मिल रहे हैं, इंडियन फैंस पाकिस्तान प्लेयर्स को मिल रहे हैं। आई थिंक ये बाहर मतलब आप लोगों के लिए अनयूजुअल होगा, हमारे लिए अनयूजुअल नहीं है, क्योंकि हम हमेशा इतने सालों से हम देखते आ रहे हैं ये चीज। और जब भी हम ग्राउंड पे जाते हैं, फैंस, क्रिकेट के फैंस जितने भी है आते हैं गेम देखने के लिए, उनको गेम देखना है, एट द सेम टाइम उनको प्लेयर्स को मिलना है, प्लेयर्स को देखना है। तो ये बहुत से लड़कों ने एक्सपीरियंस किया हुआ है। टीम में हमारे कुछ नए लड़के हैं, उन्होंने शायद नहीं किया होगा, बट उनके लिए हो सकता है ये अनयूजुअल हो, बट बहुत से लोगों के लिए अनयूजुअल नहीं है ये, क्योंकि हमें
mentally agile or keep up the intensity. As a team, how much do you talk amongst yourselves? Because whenever players are given breaks, we talk about their physical fitness or anything. How much do you talk about being mentally in a correct sound health? How much do you talk about it? Given that you are playing high voltage games back-to-back tournaments, the Asia Cup and the World Cup, so how much do you factor that in?
No, we do talk about these kind of things a lot. Of late, since COVID has struck, it's been difficult for a lot of players, not just Virat himself, but for a lot of players who've gone through such a hard time mentally, staying in the bubbles and not being able to go outside your hotel. Some of those guys find it difficult, and there's nothing wrong in it, because how you led your life up until then was completely different till you were stuck in COVID and you had to stay inside the bubble and stay inside the hotel room for two months when we did long tours, the quarantines and all of that. It was not easy. So every player has a way to respond to that, and I don't think there is anything wrong if player has his view on that. And of course, there is a constant talk about that in our group about
रोहित भैया, पिछले कुछ सीरीज में इंडिया ने नए कॉम्बिनेशंस जो हैं ट्राई किए हैं, खास करके ओपनिंग में। कभी पंत आ रहे हैं तो कभी स्काई आ रहे हैं ओपनिंग के लिए। वो सिर्फ इसीलिए था कि केएल राहुल नहीं थे। अब अगर वो वापस आए हैं तो अपनी जगह पे वही आएंगे, या कल आपके साथ कोई नया ओपनिंग पार्टनर हम देख सकते हैं,
या पुराना विराट की शक्ल में देख सकते हैं?
आप देख लीजिए कल टॉस के बाद कौन आएगा। तो पूरा तो सीक्रेट हमको भी रखने दो यार। देखिए, हमारी टीम ने डिसाइड किया हुआ है, हमने डिसाइड किया हुआ है, हम लोग चीजें ट्राई करेंगे। कुछ चीजें वर्क करेगी, कुछ चीजें वर्क नहीं करेंगी, बट ट्राई करने में कोई हद नहीं है और कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। हमें ट्राई करना है, ट्राई करने के बाद ही आपको उसके आंसर्स मिलेंगे। जब तक आप ट्राई नहीं करोगे आपको आंसर्स नहीं मिलेंगे। तो हमें जब ट्राई करने का मौका मिलता है तो हम बिल्कुल ट्राई करते हैं कुछ कॉम्बिनेशन, कुछ चीजें। बट जहाँ तक कॉम्बिनेशन का सवाल है, जैसे मैंने अभी बताया कि वो आपको कल ही पता चलेगा कि क्या होने वाला है। बट हमारी टीम ने डिसाइड किया हुआ है कि हम चीजें ट्राई करते रहेंगे और उस ट्राई करते समय वो करते समय अगर कुछ मुश्किलें आई तो भी हमको उससे कोई प्रॉब्लम है नहीं, क्योंकि हमें ट्राई करना है। हमने डिसाइड किया हुआ है कि हम कुछ चीजें ट्राई करेंगे, क्योंकि हमारे ग्रुप में भी ये चीज की बात हुई है और हमें
रोजाना आपसे मुलाकात करने आते हैं, क्रिकेट की हर खबर सबसे तेज सबसे पहले दिखाते हैं। खबर हो, विवाद हो, इंटरव्यू हो या हो कोई इनसाइड स्टोरी, न्यूज 24 स्पोर्ट्स पर हर अपडेट सबसे पहले मिलेगी। इसलिए हमारे YouTube चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें और Facebook पर देख रहे हैं तो पेज को फॉलो जरूर करें। क्रिकेट मतलब न्यूज 24 स्पोर्ट्स।